this is the third time we are shooting the same podcast, and for good reason. The first time we had no idea what we were doing, used two, three cameras. It all came out weird. It was using different microphones. Now I have gone out of my way and I purchased two Rode pod mics. And the reason I got two, and we actually have a third one, is because we plan on interviewing other people. So this is also kind of a test, even though this is an official podcast that's going to be on YouTube and on streaming services. But I want to make sure that Alex and I can do this properly before we waste a third person's time. So even though I know it'll come out pretty nicely. So on that note, let's just hop right into it.
Yes, sir.
Great. So
We're back.
We're back.
We made it. And
made
we've
it.
stepped up. We're on a different level now. We're not the same men we used to be. Changes have came and they've gone. And we're ready for the next step in life. God, I just love talking into this because I know our voices sound so crazy.
Okay. All right. So sorry, you guys just had to hear that. Anyway, I want to give, I guess while we have it here, it's kind of hard not doing this with a third guest, but I want to give you an insight of what you can expect with this channel. So if this is your first time hearing any of our voices, we're very well known for our luxury YouTube series where I basically go through these houses and I do tours. I show you the craziest houses for sale in South Florida. Sometimes I go out of the country, different states, anywhere from Palm Beach to Miami. But I wanted to extend this to the podcasting world because I know that people like to listen, keep it in the background, and they also they have a lot of questions. I get DM'd constantly, all these questions on Instagram, and I cannot respond to all of them. So I figured in between our chat, I'll answer some questions, give updates about that channel, which you should check out. And yeah, so that's kind of the format I'm looking at. Hopefully, I want to interview people. So the next person I've been trying to interview is, I actually reached out to them this morning. I just realized we didn't follow each other on Instagram, which was kind of hurtful. Well, it's both of our faults. I don't know, it's weird. I don't really follow everyone I know, but and he's seen the message and I got no response. Anyway, it was Alex. That's crazy.
Young Alex Bale.
He's a busy man. I'm not upset, but it's Alex Bale. If someone asked me to do a podcast, I'd be like, what? So I mean, I don't blame him, but if you guys don't know who Alex Bale is, he's like this film. He's really like a movie maker, but recently his videos went viral on YouTube. He did 3 SpongeBob theories.
He's a young conspiracy king.
For you, yeah, I mean,
I went to elementary school with him, and he probably doesn't remember me.
Oh, that's right. You went to elementary school.
Yeah,
I forgot.
with him and Taylor, his
Taylor's,
sister.
yeah, his sister. That's like our best friends.
Yeah, but best friends with Taylor. Alex Bale, he's on a different level. Super, super, super cool dude.
I think the clout got to his head. I think
I don't think
the clout got to his head, and he doesn't want to be in a podcast with me, which I get. It's fine.
I don't know. I don't think the clout got to his head, but imagine how many DMs he gets a day.
I don't mean that.
No, I know.
I want to read the DM I sent Alex because I was trying my best to be. Alex has a really satirical, like him and his sister both. They have like this sarcasm, but it's like humor behind the sarcasm, and it's also serious. The same, it's very confusing.
Their like conversation, their like vocabulary is like 50% English, 50% meme.
It's funny. It's like no, but they're telling you the truth, and they're very serious about what they're telling you. But it still sounds like at any point everyone's gonna start laughing. So I tried my best to sound like him when I was sending him a DM because I was trying to fit into the environment. So I said, "Hey Alex, I'm starting a podcast on my significantly less important YouTube channel. I would like to have you on as a guest. I'm trying to interview people who are most likely up and coming to give a backstory about what they do and how they got started. Would you have any interest in being, on an episode?" It's pretty much just talking for 20-30 minutes. He saw it 18 minutes ago. I got no response.
Oh, so he saw it.
He saw it. So, and that's the thing I was trying to say.
He saw it 18 minutes ago, though.
Yeah.
I'll give it a little more time.
No, that's enough time.
But
5 minutes goes by, it's an ignore. But anyway, what I was saying is that I get asked a lot of ridiculous things from people. I mean, I'm his sister's good friend. Whatever. Who am I? I'm nobody, but it's fine. I get DM'd a lot with these questions, and sometimes I just ignore it because I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this. Like, people want to, hey, can I interview you? Nah, I don't want. What does that even mean? So I'm not upset. We do have other guests planned. For those of you, I don't know if anyone would know about this. It's kind of niche. There's a product called toe beanies. It's like a fetish kind of sock thing. Not really even fetish. It's just like it's
It's
these socks with these pads underneath, like paw pads.
yeah, kind of cosplay style.
Yeah, kind of
They look
cosplay.
super comfy though.
And I'm like literally best friends with the guy who invented it. Him and his girlfriend started this thing as like an idea for their photo shoots. Everyone ended up wanting them, and he literally brought an idea from a concept. Like I kind of want to do this to literally getting producers and manufacturers in China. So I know a lot of people out there want to start companies. It's kind of hard to do. It's the kind of thing where you're like, all right, where do I even begin? He went through the trademark, the patent. He went through all the ups and downs, and he has a lot to talk about. He's also very busy, so it's hard to get a good time to get him on here. But I'm thinking, since Alex Bale hates my guts, that he'll be the next person I put on this podcast. So I'm looking forward to that.
No, yeah, I'm curious about what Justin has going on because last time I heard from him was when he was going through that whole like stressful thing where they were holding all of his products. Are they still holding his products?
Dude, it's such a bad story. I go to the gym with him. He went to LA Fitness. He goes to LA Fitness with me, and every time I go there, he has less and less hair, and it's not even genetics.
Oh
It's
my
like he's
God.
so stressed out.
No,
It's
I'd
bad.
imagine.
So I
They
get
get him
stressed
dirty
out.
with that. They
It's
really get him
bad.
dirty.
I used him as an example when I want to calm down. I don't know if anyone can relate to this if you have people like this in your life, but his life is so stressful that when I get stressed out, I say, at least I'm not Justin. He is going through a situation right now, and he'll explain this better, but he's going through a situation right now where last year around, I want to say, and this might be wrong, October, November, like that time, he started the idea. He was hand making these. He was doing about 120 every 2 weeks, and he was selling them at $40 each. So he's getting a great profit. He's making like a decent income for making socks by his hand and selling them. But he's like, I can't do this forever. I can't keep making socks by hand. So
Yeah,
he goes through the
exactly.
whole patent process, which ended up totaling around $50,000 before he made a lot of money. So this basically took all his profits, reinvested it, did the whole patent thing, only to find out the patent doesn't even hold. Even like people, it doesn't even hold. You have to get it approved, and you have to have the different aspects, and people just have to change one quick thing, and it's over. So he gone through that stress. Then he's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna do manufacturing. I can't do it in the U.S. It's like 3 times the price. He's gonna go to China. So he starts getting a Chinese manufacturer, and he officially agreed to do a contract with them in January or early December. It was either January or early December, and we are now in it is May 25th, and he has still not had one product get shipped to him because they are still trying to confirm how to do this properly on a grand scale. He needs 5,000 units, and he still cannot get them. So he started a Kickstarter in January. The Kickstarter got 200 and I think it was $220,000 in
Christ.
$220,000 in a week. He gets the money, and this is what's stressing him out. He gets this money. He's spending the money for the manufacturer. They need new equipment. They need these things. He's basically trying to help them build an infrastructure that can make his job easier. So he sends them. He spends about $60,000. He has all these expenses, life, everything, and on top of that, the product has not even gone out. So, knock on wood, if the worst case scenario, if this thing does not launch, all that money has been spent.
Yeah.
These people are upset. So, and then wait, on top of all of this stress of the product not being ready, you go onto Amazon.com right now. Don't do it. I will not be your friend. But you go on there right now and you type in toe beanies and imitation replicas, people who literally stole his ideas, stole his pictures that he used, all over with Prime shipping.
Yeah.
So he actually tried to sue Amazon. Didn't answer him because they are Amazon.
No, exactly. I don't care
No
about that
lawyer's supposed to
stuff.
take his case. So someone like that who's been through it. If you're trying to start an idea and it's something so niche, this is not even saying like let's start a very common thing that people like, like an iPhone case. No, this is starting something that almost no one would think about, and now look what he's got to go through.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. And I know COVID probably slowed it down for him as well. But like, besides that, the fact that he's been on hold for so long, like when he went and while he was making such good money while he was making them for
Yeah,
hand. Like
yeah.
the fact that he's just trying to simply upgrade the process.
Yep, make it
It's
easier for
literally
people.
holding him back. Like for all these months, that's extremely stressful. I would be losing my mind.
It's tiring. I feel bad every time I listen to him, and there's no end in sight. They keep telling him like, oh, in June, in July, whatever. So it's very overwhelming, and that's why I really am excited because I feel like after that story, that's like a Wolf of Wall Street story. By the end of it, you're like exhausted. You need a shower. It's pretty. It's true. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I'm looking forward to having him on here. Hopefully, He'll be the next. I'm not doing another podcast unless Justin's on it. That's a fact. So he'll be on the next one. We just gotta find the right time and day and everything.
No, yeah, I'm sure we'll catch him, but we just got to keep we got to keep hitting him up because he's the type of person who like we hit up and he's like, yeah, I'll come through, and then 3 hours later he has something else going on. So we just got to keep talking to him. I miss him too. I haven't seen him in a while.
You know what's funny? I went to LA Fitness the other day with him, like yesterday, and I ran into Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, so
and Marcus told me that as well. So not only is my sister,
wait,
not only is my sister going to LA, not only is my niece Maya going to LA, not only is like other friends of mine going to LA.
Justin, Nico,
like Nico's going to LA. Like I need to get I've been going to Athletica for like the past like year and a half, which is a gym that we have down here. Super big gym, super nice.
There's only one branch.
There's only
Coral
one,
Springs.
There's only one branch, which is like 15-20 minutes away, and the LA that all of my friends go to, LA Fitness.
You can throw a rock to it from his house.
is like a minute and a half away from my house. So I definitely need to switch.
Same price. I go, Marcus, why isn't Alex coming to the gym? He's like, dude, he likes to turf grass. I'm like, what is? I'm like, what is this man doing on turf
He
grass?
likes the turf grass.
Turf? Are you using the turf grass? Are you a turf grass user?
I just throw down the foam roller and like roll on the grass.
Oh my god! So you're doing the tipped cow at the
Yeah.
gym. I see that, dude. I see the turf, and I think, who is using this? That's literally.
I don't know. It's like
it's Alex.
It's comforting to look at. Like sometimes I just sit down lifting weights and I'm like, want to lay down.
Yep. Nice. Well, I used to agree with you that since the saunas that were not open in LA Fitness, that is a problem. But they're open again. The ones on University, the ones on University are open. The one in Coral Ridge is broken. It's not open, but the one on University is open. So sometimes I'll work out and go to University just to use a sauna. It's literally worth it. But it's always empty. I've never seen a person in the sauna since it's opened up.
Really?
Yeah. I think people have just gotten over the whole phase, but I love it. You sit in there, you're in a different world.
The sauna ain't a phase. That is a lifestyle.
I know. It really is. After the sauna, it's a kind of place where like once you come out, you want to be a better person. Like you're out here, you're thinking, not only did I just help my body, I just helped my mind. It puts you in. You feel like you just got a haircut. That's the closest thing I can relate it to. Is like you just got a haircut, new shirt. You just feel different.
Yeah.
Can't be touched.
Feel lighter.
Yeah.
Haircut vibes for sure.
It's nice. Why am I carrying this conversation?
Did you see that eye contact?
Can I have help here?
Awkward? No.
This is why we need a third person, because I'm carrying this conversation. My back is sore. Someone get me ice. Is Shaq here? I need icy hot for my back. Okay, see, I get and that's what I get out of this, man. Okay, let's think realistically here. Okay, so yesterday we filmed our first official vlog. We have done vlogs in the past, but I have not considered them official vlogs. So I'm really excited about that because every day I get at least 3 DMs. It's, hey, why don't you start a second channel? Hey, why don't you upload bloopers? Or hey, can you answer this and that question? So I decided with Alex that every time we film a tour, like a live tour, where we go to the house and we show it around, we're gonna do a vlog in the background. And on top of that, which is probably the thing I'm most excited for, is we're starting for you foodies out there, starting a little food vlog. It's not a separate video, it's within the vlog video. But basically, my idea and concept is that we're going to go to these restaurants, pull out the camera, document our experience, and hopefully it gets to the point where our food aspect of that video is almost as popular as the YouTube channel itself, so that we walk in, they're like, oh my god, are you guys Jason and Alex? Don't you guys review food? Like, here, try this. Like, let me get the chef out here to kiss your feet. Like, that's what I'm hoping
almost
for.
like some YouTube Yelp elites. But we've been going to like such good like cool random places that we just haven't been recording. After every tour, we get super hungry.
Yeah.
And we're in random areas we've never been in before, and so we always look up the nearest place that has the highest ratings, and we've found some crazy places.
But from Boca to Miami, what's your favorite? One of your favorites? What's one that stuck with your head? A drink, a food item, something.
One that stuck in my head was that like Italian place. I can't remember, where was that? Kind of like a family pizza restaurant vibe, but I remember I got gnocchi. Honestly, even if we remembered the place, we probably wouldn't be able to remember the name because of the amount of places that we've been to.
Oh, you're right. I'm not. There's no way I can remember the
Yeah,
name.
this is kind of like why we're starting the food vlog, so we could
Yeah.
actually document these places and go back to them later when we're feeling hungry, because we just have gone to so many places and we forgot the
Well, okay.
names.
You know what? Well, I'll start with the one that I literally remember because it was yesterday. True Food Kitchen in Boca Raton, Florida, in Town Center Mall. That place, for those of you who have not been there, I'm sure you have. You cannot miss it. It's like, you know how you go every time you go to a mall, there's a cheesecake factory for some reason. Every time you go to the Boca Mall, it's like the main thing there. It's like the True Food kitchen, and it's the whole thing is they have like vegan, gluten friendly options, but the food is not boring. It's I had like a poke bowl with ginger snap things and like all it was just insane. He had like a
Yeah.
grass fed burger. The cow was massaged and had a flat screen TV in a penthouse when it was growing up. It's like the craziest ingredients. The cocktails, which honestly I'm excited to go back for. I'm a big fan of like brunch cocktails, all that kind of stuff. They had a list where every single drink item you were like, I should get this, I should get this.
Oh yeah, it was all unique. It was all super unique drinks, and the food as well. Like it looked like very standard healthy food items, but once you got the food, like my burger was super well done. They do their mushrooms very differently there. I don't really like mushrooms, but when I go to True Food, like it's just so appetizing every single time. And even the sweet potatoes, they gave me like sweet potato mash that was just seasoned to perfection. It was delicious. It's different than anything I've tasted anywhere else.
Yeah, my fun fact, my sister's a food vlogger. Well, she's a food blogger, which I've been trying to convince Jade for the last I don't know how long. I've been trying to convince her to get on TikTok and do like a video version of the food thing, just like how
Is she isn't she
Giselle
still a
does it.
Yelp elite?
She is, but my sister is the kind of person who like if she can't excel at something within 1 week, it doesn't work. It's impossible. Like she has this really popular Instagram where it's like badass foodie. Like she just takes pictures of foods, reviews it, all that stuff, and she goes on TikTok. She tries doing it, and it flops because TikTok is a weird instrument.
Yeah,
And
it's all
she's
over the
like,
place.
Jason, I don't get it. Makes no sense. I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. And I'm trying to explain to her like the power of TikTok and how she should get on it. Anybody who has anything to do with social media should always have a TikTok account associated with it.
Yeah, that is true.
And
That's
I
true.
just,
No, but she would pop off.
I
Like
think she would. She's
she
just a
she would
commit.
like if she just did like what she did before, or like Gigi like post like Gigi.
Yeah.
You guys, if you guys are on foodie TikTok, anyone here, you probably have seen one of our friend Gigi's videos. She's popular on TikTok, and every other one of her TikToks pop off.
I met her one time at the beach. I met her one time at the beach, and then like 2 weeks later, I sent, I think it was you. I was showing you like a food place, and I showed you the food place, and you're like, dude, don't you know who that is? That's that girl we just went to the beach with, and I didn't even know that was her.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It really is, and that's the thing. Like I use TikTok food reviews. I say them all the time. You remember how back in the day, you're just like, all right, like what can we eat around here? What's the good place? Now I pull out my phone. I go to my TikTok saved. We're in Miami Beach. I go to Miami section. I have like a section. Scroll through. I'm like, I don't feel for this. I feel for this. I just saw I found my mom's Mother's Day restaurants. Gigi went to a place called Avocado Grill. Took my mom there. She had a place called Pistache. Took my mom there. That's how I found what we were doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why Jade is like. I would never go on. When she sees a restaurant she likes, she sends me their Instagram and like says look through their pictures. I'm like, I'm not looking. I want to look at. I don't know. It just
No,
my brain doesn't
exactly.
work that way anymore. Life has gone on. It's left her behind.
Yeah, and that like those type of like easy, quick, like the stuff that she did for Yelp, she just needs to move on and do that for
Dude.
TikTok. And doing it on video is much easier than writing out like a 2 paragraph review. Like she would do that with ease.
I
She
will
just has to be
say-
consistent with it, obviously.
The one thing I do miss about her living here, because I do like my peace and quiet, but one thing I do miss about her living here is that she used to take me to these food reviews. I think I told
Oh,
you
yeah,
about some.
yeah.
I don't think you understand the level.
The
Dude.
Yelp Elite
It
like
was
food
insane.
reviews.
Sometimes it'd be with a group with like the Yelp Elite, but sometimes the restaurant will contact her directly. And so we would one of the places there were so many. It was hundreds of basically every day she would send a group text to me, and my mom, and say, "Hey, which one do you guys want to come get dinner with me? It's free." Almost every day. Sometimes I wouldn't want to see her, so my mom would go. But one of the ones it was the I Love Mac and Cheese right here in Coral Springs.
Yep.
We walk in, they had every single item nearly on the menu laid out for us.
Really?
They offered us take home, like please, da, da, da. all this stuff for me and her. So I was always her plus one. If we went to a restaurant, free drinks, free food. We felt bad, so we would tip really well and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But even the Yelp Elite, you would meet like all these different. Hey, what? The conversations are so weird. You sit down at this table with 7 other people who look like they just got off their 9 to 5, so they're extremely stressed and tired. They're all like in like after clothes, like
Yeah.
sweatshirts, like this. And they sit down like, hey, what's your name? Oh, my name is Gigi Foodie Mimi. It's like it all rhymes. Like, oh, that's so catchy. That's so cool. Like, follow me on Instagram. So it's like a little networking thing. But then you get to like just it's a nice dynamic because one person's the food blogger, the other person's always the plus one.
Yeah.
So you get the one weird professional person, and then you have like their uncle. It's the funniest thing. So
exactly.
if I would always talk to the person who came, and you meet so many cool people. It's actually a pretty cool. I like that whole world, and that's kind of what I'm hoping happens. I'm kind of hoping that we get invited to things, we get to meet people. It's just another form of networking plus free food. So
Yeah, that's always a plus. That's like a win-win situation.
yeah,
A, a day at that mac and cheese place. I know you went to sleep
I had
before you even got home.
truffle brisket mac and cheese, and it had 3 different cheese. It was like American. So it was like all this like. I got home and I remember just like waking up and
Yeah.
I was sweaty. Like my shirt was dissolved. I was soaked in sweat. I had to change my sheets. I threw out my mattress pad because it was raw. It was like my memory foam mattress liner. I'd throw it out. I don't know how you wash. It was soaked in sweat. It nearly gave me cardiac arrest. But wow, was it good.
Oh, yeah, I don't go to a lot of mac and cheese places, but mac and cheese is like a trending thing in South Florida. Like the House of Mac down in Wynwood always has a line of at least 5 to 10 people out the door or more, and it's crazy to me because I've been there. I went there once a couple of years ago, and I had like a regular macaroni platter, and I thought it was pretty good, but I didn't think it was good to the point where I would wait in the sun out like on the side of the street for it. So people are going crazy for mac and cheese out in South Florida.
Do you have a favorite restaurant in Miami? Top three. Give me one of your top three.
Top 3 in Miami. Sugarcane's definitely one of them.
Okay, that's fair.
Sugarcane
That's classy.
Raw Bar and Grill. Amazing. Has 2 different kitchens. It's a tapas restaurant, and anything you order will be good, even if it's something that you usually hate.
That's true.
That's why I love that place. I would say that's a good one. I'm finding a new interest in Moxie's in Brickell.
Why that sounds so familiar.
We've been there before. We went there one time with Scott.
Yeah, the
and you
place.
got the Impossible
Yeah,
Burgers.
I think we both did. We were like, oh, we're keeping it vegan friendly for Scott.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
Moxie's is cool. It's like bigger dishes,
Mm-hmm.
but they have good drinks. Just everything is kind of like everything
Yeah.
is satisfactory at Moxie's, and above average. Like nothing
I don't know
there
if I would
is.
say that's my favorite place.
I would
That's
say
such like a place I've been.
I would say that's like number 2. I think Sugarcane is my first.
Honestly, dude, this is so basic, and there are so many places to eat in Miami. One place that sticks with my head, you know what it is? Anytime a place is a good date spot, like you could bring a girl there, and it's like anytime I get that vibe and the food is good.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I love this place. This is perfect. Like the thing with Sugarcane is, atmosphere is great, food's great. It is just an arm and a leg.
Yeah,
So
it's
you're
pricey.
You're like
It's
spending.
pricey.
It's like easily. I would say it's like $50 to $75 a head if you have like a nice time. But my favorite place to go, and I'm actually trying to find a girlfriend just to take her there because I just want the experience. Is Propaganda, that pizza place?
Propaganda pizza
Oh
place.
my
That's
God.
a fire spot.
The pizza is not meat lovers. That's like an insult.
Yeah.
It's like truffle. I don't even know like what was
Yeah.
the cheese.
They have like burrata,
Burrata, the
like,
truffle burrata with prosciutto
chili,
and like,
prosciutto and like
oh my
chili,
God.
sweet chili
and on
sauce.
top of that,
like, crazy.
you're not having Tim from Missouri giving you the. It's literally like a guy who just got packaged here and sent from France. Who was like,
Yeah.
he literally has like a mustache. He has no friends.
Yeah,
He lives in like
he knows nobody, and his life is that food.
he
His
wakes
life
up
is that
in the
restaurant.
back and starts making pizzas for the customers. It's insane. It
Yeah.
is such a good experience.
You order food, they grunt in the back, they go, and then they make the food literally in 30 seconds.
And
it's out
talking
for
about
you.
like the atmosphere as well. When you sit down, I'm gonna try to do my best to describe this without having a picture. But when you sit down, if anyone's ever been to Little Hen, it's like an antique modern restaurant. So the furniture kind of looks like your grandmother's furniture, but as if she just bought it yesterday. And then you can see in the back where the pizzas are being made. It's really tall ceilings, so it's like 20 feet high, and it's like black and white tile on the floor and no music playing, and there's always like a slight hue of the sun, so you almost feel like you're in a very safe dreamlike place. It is.
No,
I'm not
that's
being
cool.
dramatic. That's exactly what it feels like when you're there. It is perfect. When the bill comes, I'm insulted that I have to give them such little money. That's
Yeah.
that's what I think. I'm like, are you sure? Charge me more, please.
There's some really good places in Coconut Grove as well.
I don't think I've ever been there truly to experience.
I think that's low key like one of the best places to go find food, and a lot of really good Indian restaurants in Coconut Grove. But I would say actually Sugarcane would be my first.
Turkish is so good.
Le
It's
Chick,
good.
Le Chick, down in Wynwood,
The Chic?
which is that it's like that modern
I think it's Le Chic.
or Le Chic.
Yeah.
It's like CHIC, but I
Yeah.
don't know how they pronounce it.
It's, you know, like
That
how something is chic?
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like based around like chicken,
Mm-hmm.
like and stuff like that, and like they just prepare it in different ways, and it's very like gourmet. I love that. I think that would be my second because the drinks there. Remember the old fashioned that literally
Oh,
tastes
I
like
went with you?
yes. We were sipping on that old fashioned that had the massive spherical ice cube in it, and it literally
Oh my-
was so easy
No,
to
you
drink.
had the white one, right?
I had the white one.
Oh my, dude,
That one was
that place is good.
bussin'.
No, that place is really good. That's the kind of drink where when I went to the next restaurant, I was like, "Hey, do you guys have a white what was it again?
Old fashioned.
Do you guys have a white old fashioned?"
It's like with like clear.
And they're like, "What do you mean? Do you want an
bourbon.
old fashioned or do you want vodka?" And I'm like, "No, like a white old fashioned." I can never order it ever again unless I go to that place.
Yeah, but wow. Anytime
good.
I'm there, that's the only drink I'm drinking ever.
What is your give me one of your top 3 favorite liquors? I'm sure it's bourbon.
I love bourbon because I love old fashions.
Mm-hmm.
Also love Hennessy,
Yeah,
obviously.
best.
Hennessy is like up there.
Wait,
on
I'm
top.
sorry. Before we get off the topic of Miami, I want to mention one thing really quick because I think this could be helpful to people. I don't know. Speaking with like Taylor's friend Maria and Rachel and Quinn's roommate Katie, when all our friends who are not from South Florida, when they come to South Florida, for some reason they always end up going to South Beach. And I'd like to just address somebody who lives in South Florida how locals view South Beach, because the problem I have with it is that every time someone comes from out of the country or out of the state and they come to South Florida and they go to South Beach, they have this like expectation. They think it's like what everyone's talking about, and they get there and they're like, it's really not that nice. Or they do like the touristy things. They go rollerblading down the street, or they go stay at like a hotel that's been built in the 70s. It's just that's not what Miami is to me. I hate when people say, "I'm going to Miami, South Beach."
South Beach is like super super tourist.
It's
South Beach
terrible,
is it's
bro.
pretty when it's
food
not super
is-
crowded.
I mean,
but the restaurants down there are older.
you're
and
paying
they're-
$60 for a drink, and I'm not even kidding. That's true.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the Sugar Factory is $60 for a drink, and they sneezed alcohol in it. There's no alcohol in it, and you're literally paying to say I'm at South Beach. Like, let me get my little Instagram sticker. It's crowded. There's problems.
It's definitely more of a touristy spot. The places there have been getting very chaotic, especially since COVID has kind of calmed down. So when you go there, it's not really the true Miami vibe. When you go to South Beach now, it is mixed with a lot of different tourists. People are going there to party. People are going there with a mindset that they're like free and they could get as messed up as they want and do whatever they want on South Beach because it's the wild, wild west, which is very different from the rest of Miami. Miami is essentially, as a whole, it has a little aspects of wild west, like freedom, like people, like it's a little chaotic. But South Beach is like different. South Beach is more just oversaturated with tourism now. If you want to go actually get a real Miami experience, I would say you don't even have to go across the bridge. Like on like by the inlet, there's so many different places that you could go to that give you like more of a real cultured Miami experience. The amount of people, friends that I have from other states, other countries that come to like South Florida that like only speak on South Beach and they don't know about Wynwood. They don't know about the little like cool little food spots around like Little Haiti. They don't know about like down by the bay, like Parisa, like Amara by Parisa Bayviews, like and the Midtown. Like they don't know about these areas. They like always are only centered and like focused on South Beach, on the Fountain Blue.
Let's set them straight right now. If you're coming to South Florida, here's what you do. This is how you have a good time in South Florida without running into crowds, getting stuck in traffic, getting stuck on a bridge, missing an exit, and losing half your day. What you do is you're going to go on the maps right now and look up Edgewater, and you're going to go from Edgewater to Brickell. which is pretty. Brickell is the Manhattan of Miami. So you're gonna go Edgewater to Brickell, and you're gonna that whole area. Look for a place to stay in there. If you stay at any place between that area, you're gonna be walking distance. Not walking. You'll be with like a 5 minute drive in an Uber or maybe a nice walk to Wynwood. And in Wynwood, you can get lost there for 3 4 days and not see everything there is. Wynwood is like an art district with food places left and right. They're constantly changing hands. There's events going on. It's really nice. Even when it's crowded, it's really nice. There's clubs. Everything's in Wynwood.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you're staying in Brickell. You walk down the street, and like I said, being in the Manhattan of Miami, left, right, and center, you have restaurants, clubs, juice places. It's a kind of place where you can walk down the street and just have an experience looking around. And what you do is once you stay at those kind of places, you would then cross the bridge if you want to go to the beach, and you can go to South Beach to go on the beach itself and tan or whatever. You can also go to Hollover Beach, which is in North Miami, less crowded, same water. There's just I would say Brickell, Edge, like that whole area is your home base, and then you travel to where you want to go in Miami. If there's a specific spot in Miami that you want to see, like the Key Biscayne or any of these places, you use Brickell as your home base, and then travel, preferably Uber ride because parking sucks.
Yeah.
And that's how I would say to experience it. You know,
That's how you would get the full Miami experience. Because the thing is, if you land on, like, if you go straight to South Beach and you're on a hotel on South Beach, you're not leaving South Beach. Like, getting out of South Beach is like such a pain. I stayed at the Fontainebleau this past weekend, and just getting into the hotel when I was checking in and getting out, each time it took me about an hour simply to get in and out. Brickell, Midtown, even anywhere around the Design District, Wynwood. If you station yourself there, you have easy access to restaurants all around. You have easy access to see the art walls, to go to museums, and all of the sorts. So if you want to get the full Miami experience from experienced Miami natives, you definitely don't want to be across that bridge to South Beach. You want to be on the other side of the bridge, and then take an Uber there every once in a while if you want to go to a club or go to the beach. That'll definitely change the experience for you and really show you some true Miami culture.
So yeah, so that's just a little taste. This is just like a little example of what you're gonna get in a podcast with Alex and I. So hopefully when Justin comes on board, it'll add that extra dynamic, that extra conversation, personality for you guys to stay more tuned in. He's gonna have so much to offer. I think it'll be a great experience, and hopefully if Alex Bale decides to stop hating me, maybe I'll give his sister a call and say like, hey, like nudge this man for me. We'll see what happens. But if not, like I said, I have a whole bunch of people that we're planning on working with. A lot of my clients that I've sold houses to, I'm really interested in hearing about their lives because we do work with celebrities and I've worked with them in the past. So we'll see what comes our way. If you enjoyed this podcast and you'd like to see our vlog or luxury home tour style videos, check out my YouTube channel. For those people who are tuning in, don't forget to head to YouTube if you'd like to see the video of this podcast, or check out those other videos as well. So thank you, podcast listeners. Thank you, YouTubers. And Alex, anything you'd like to add?
Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you watched it all the way to the end, all right.
Yeah. I was waiting. I was dying to hear what was going to happen. Okay.